to my channel. This is Tasty J. If you're new, welcome. Today I'm coming to you guys with a little bit of different video. I normally do mukbangs and just foodie videos in general, but today, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a challenge where I only eat pumpkin foods for 24 hours. So I'm getting ready to go eat some breakfast. And I got some that are pretty interesting, some foods that are pretty interesting, so I can't wait to try them. At the same time, I'm not a big pumpkin person, so we gonna see how we go. But yeah, so we're gonna go head to my kitchen. I do apologize if I'm looking at my camera up in my viewfinder. I'm using a different camera than I normally do, so I'm just getting used to it. But anyways, let's head to my kitchen. All right guys, so we are in my kitchen. The lighting in here is not great because this big old window right here is just messing things up with my camera. But yeah, so we're about to eat breakfast. I'm starting with these overnight oats from Trader Joe's. I forgot to mention beforehand that almost everything that I'm going to be eating today is from Trader Joe's, because a lot of like places don't have, like other grocery stores don't have a lot of pumpkin things other than like your typical pumpkin spice whatever, you know, pumpkin spice desserts or pumpkin pie or whatever. But I want an actual food with pumpkin in it. So a lot of the stuff is from Trader Joe's. But yeah, so we're starting with the overnight oats. I'm kind of nervous about these because they are, first of all, they don't expire until December. So anytime I've made overnight oats myself from scratch, and I know that they don't normally last that long. So I'm nervous about these. I'm nervous about the texture. But we're gonna try them. I also got this on the side. I did get this from Trader Joe's, but it's not a Trader Joe's brand. So I've seen this at other stores, so you can definitely find this at other stores. It's a pumpkin spice latte. And I only like coffee if it's really sweet, so I hope this is sweet. So y'all, I'll put a close-up of this, but immediately I'm already like ew to the the oats. They look so questionable. Maybe they taste good. I'm not a huge pumpkin fan, but we're gonna try it anyway. It's almost reminding me of texture wise like nut butter, like almond or something. Not that great. It's like not that sweet. It's not that sweet. It kind of, the texture isn't, texture wise, it doesn't have a lot of oatmeal in it. I feel like it has more filler, which is, I don't know what the filler is, probably like pumpkin or whatever. It reminds me of a pumpkin pie, but it's not that sweet. Like the taste reminds me of pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice stuff, but it's not that sweet. I'm gonna try this. This actually isn't that bad. It's not incredibly sweet or anything, but this isn't that bad. I actually like this more than I like this. I could see myself finishing this. Even though I like sweet coffee, it has sweetness to it. It's not that sweet. But it's definitely like creamy, and which is what it says on the container. It's definitely creamy. Going to try to eat some more of this though, because I paid for it regardless. And this is 24 hours of pumpkin. I'm probably not gonna like everything, because like I said, I'm not a huge pumpkin fan to begin with. It's not nasty to me, I just don't care for it. Trader Joe's did have other breakfast options. I feel like they had some type of bread you can make. I know they have pumpkin waffles. I just didn't get those because I'm like, I know I'm not a huge pumpkin fan, and so I didn't want to get a whole box of frozen waffles and only eat 2, and then it just goes to waste, because pumpkin isn't big in my family either. So at least with this, it's like okay. And plus the other stuff I got is more of like the other stuff I got for like lunch and dinner. It's gonna be more of that, and I just didn't want to be wasting a whole bunch of stuff just in case I didn't like it. But that's breakfast. All right guys, so it is lunchtime. Hopefully lunch is better. I got some more stuff from Trader Joe's. So I got this pumpkin butternut squash bisque. So it's like a soup that I'm gonna warm up. I'm just gonna warm it up in the microwave. I don't feel like dirtying the pot or anything to warm this up. And I got some mini spicy pumpkin samosas from Trader Joe's, and it says spiced pumpkin and paneer filling wrapped in a crisp flaky pastry. So I'm assuming it's gonna be like, I've never had paneer, but I'm pretty sure it's like a type of cheese. So I'm assuming it's gonna have like that, a bit of a cheese flavor to it. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna put these in the air fryer. Okay, so on the box it doesn't have instructions on air frying. It just has oven and microwave instructions for the samosas. So but I'm still gonna put them in there because my thought process is it'll add some crunch to them, which will be a nice contrast to the soup or the bisque that I'm gonna be eating. So I'm just gonna put them in the air fryer and we're just gonna wing it for time. I don't have a big air fryer, but here they are. I was able to squeeze, this is all of them from that box. I was able to squeeze all of them in here, and I'm just gonna put them in on 400 degrees probably, and just watch them, make sure they don't overcook. Alright guys, so I'm done heating up my soup and my samosas. I'll include a close-up of both of them that I filmed. I think I'm gonna start with the soup first. I didn't like pay attention to how long I left the samosas. I really did just watch them until they were heated and crispy. To be honest, the smells that I'm smelling right now, I can tell they're pumpkin. Like, it reminds me of almost a pumpkin pie, just not exactly the same, but it's still like when I'm smelling it, I can smell pumpkin. Anyways, I'm gonna start with the soup first. It's hot. I feel like this is what has more of the pumpkin smell to it that I'm smelling. I can't help my face. It's kind of sweet. Yeah, it has sweetness to it. The flavor is not terrible. cannot tell that it's pumpkin. I don't know, but the flavor isn't terrible. It's just sweet, which is not what I was expecting. I really don't know what I was expecting, but when I think of bisque or super or anything, I don't think sweetness other than like tomato soup. So I definitely wasn't expecting it to be sweet, but it's definitely sweet. So I'm kind of anticipating these samosas being sweet as well. Look at my nails. My sister did these. My sister did my nails. They might have makeup on them from me though. Anyway, focus on this. This is what it looks like. It's hot. It's hot. But I think these might be the best thing I've eaten so far today. They kind of still have a little bit of sweetness to them too. So pumpkin, I guess itself is just like that. I've only ever had pumpkin and pumpkin spice stuff, so I don't know how it is just straight up by itself. But these samosas kind of have a little bit of sweetness to them as well. Just a little bit, but they're supposed to be spicy. You can definitely taste the hint of heat that is in there. They're really not spicy though. And it's not bad. They're hot. It's hot. You kind of see the steam a little bit. And this is my first time having paneer anything. I know it's cheese. Like I said, I believe it's just an Indian cuisine. Cause that's the only time I've ever seen it. Is an Indian cuisine. So this is my first time having it. These are good. I don't have a pumpkin drink to go with these, so I'm just gonna drink water. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this. I'm just not a fan of it, honestly. But I am eating these. I've already ate, I don't know how many of these I've eaten. So, like I said, these are the best thing, pumpkin thing I'm eating today. These and the coffee are the best thing. Alright guys, so it's officially nighttime or dinner time. It's 6:42 right now. So that's my dog. So I'm gonna cook dinner and I'm about to show you guys what it is in a second. Alright guys, so my kitchen, I apologize, it does not have good lighting. I need to close my blinds, but I don't want to bring my ring light in here because it's too big. I have a big one. I don't have one of the little ones, so I'm just gonna make do with this kitchen lighting. But this is what is for dinner. So this pasta is, or this ravioli is from Trader Joe's. Like everything else basically has been. But it's a pumpkin ravioli. Ravioli. It says thin stuffed pasta with cheesy pumpkin filling. I just have a feeling it's gonna be sweet. I just have a feeling it is. So this is gluten-free. I'll post a video of it closer, or try to do a video that's closer. But it's gluten-free, and Trader Joe's has another pumpkin ravioli that is a honey roasted one as well, that's seasonal. And I was trying to decide which one to get, this one or that one, and when I went to my Trader Joe's, I just looked at what was on the shelf, honestly, and the honey roasted one was packed full, like overflowing with how much they had, whereas this one, it was almost out. They were almost out of stock. So to me, I was like trying to take that as a good sign, and so I was like, I'm gonna get this one because evidently it's popular, but it could be popular because it's gluten-free. I don't know if the other one is gluten-free or not. But yeah, so I got this one because there was less of them in stock, so I was just going off of, hopefully the one with less in stock means it's more popular, which means it tastes better. I don't know. In terms of how to eat this, I've never had pumpkin ravioli before, so I didn't know how to cook it. And so while I was trying to think of it, I'm like, it has a cheesy pumpkin filling, so that means it's gonna be cheesy already. Do I really want to put a cheese sauce on top of a cheesy ravioli? Not really, because I feel like it could be too much. I've done that before. In one of my other videos, I did something like that before with it wasn't Trader Joe's pasta, but it was a ravioli too, and it was just too cheesy. I couldn't even finish it. So I was looking up what other people do when they have pumpkin ravioli, not just with Trader Joe's, just in general, and everything I was finding basically was like, with pumpkin ravioli, the best sauce to make is a brown butter and sage sauce. So I'm like, I already know now that this is going to be rich. It's already going to be probably going to be rich from the cheesiness, and then me doing the brown butter sauce on top of it. But like, it was like almost everything I was seeing was pointing to make a brown butter sauce, so I'm going to do that. I was looking for sage. There was no sage in stock anywhere I looked. So I decided to just go ahead. I mean, I already had some ground sage, and I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, just use the ground sage, but just use less of it than what you might normally use in a brown butter and sage sauce. So that's my plan. We're gonna see how it goes. I really don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna cook it right now. Alright guys, like I said, my lighting in the kitchen is not the best, but I found a recipe online for a brown butter and sage sauce for 3/4 a pound of ravioli. The Trader Joe's is 8 ounces, which I don't remember how much it was, so I asked Siri and she said it's half a pound. So I'm using half a pound of ravioli, and so since that is less than 3/4, I decided to do less butter. So the recipe calls for a stick of butter melted on low heat, medium low heat. I used 3/4 instead. Sorry, my dog is whining in the background. But I use about 3/4, maybe not 3/4, slightly more than half of a stick of butter, since I'm only using half a pound versus 3/4 a pound. So I'm not doing proper measurements to make sure it adds up exactly right to the recipe. I'm just winging it at this point. But so essentially what you guys are seeing with the footage I just showed is me melting down the butter on low heat, and then after that you're supposed to add sage leaves. I'm just going to be adding my ground sage. She said to add 14 sage leaves. I don't know how much that equates to ground sage, so I'm just gonna do it loosely. Just let my ancestors take over with the seasoning in this situation, and whatever fits. And then I'll just probably taste it along the way. I do have some water starting to boil for the ravioli. The ravioli cooks pretty fast. I think on the back it says 2 to 3 minutes. So it's very, very fast. So I'm gonna do that at the last minute, like when the sauce is basically ready to go. Another thing about the ravioli, I didn't look at the ingredients in the store. I just like I was explaining earlier how I selected it, I just did that. But while I was waiting for this butter to start melting, I looked at the ingredients and I'm anticipating this being sweet, honestly. And not even just from the pumpkin itself, but like I was just skimming the ingredients and you see cinnamon, brown sugar, nutmeg as some of the ingredients, allspice, on the back. And so I'm anticipating it being sweet when I saw that brown sugar, and just a kind of like a autumn spiciness, you know. We think of like cinnamon and stuff like that. Those pumpkin spice basically is what I'm anticipating with cheese. We'll see. So I added my ground sage, but you guys can kind of see that butter is starting to brown. So I'm about to put the ravioli into my water. I just wanted to show you guys. My water is not boiling like I thought it was. I mean, it's hot, but it ain't boiling. But anyways, I already put the ravioli in because my brown butter sauce was starting to brown a little too much too fast. So I need to hurry up and speed the process up. But this is the ravioli. Alright, here it is. You're supposed to toss it in the sauce. But I feel like the pan was too hot, that it might have still been cooking. The ravioli, if I put it in there and I didn't want it to get stuck, so instead I just spread it over, not all of it, but most of it over the ravioli. Alright, y'all, so I am about to try this. I'm scared. It's about to be sweet. I know it's about to be sweet. You know what, the good thing is the butter is probably gonna give it some saltiness. My camera kind of crooked. Sorry, y'all, my camera. It's been hard picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down, because I'm not used to it. I usually use a different camera, like I mentioned. Again, this is a different camera, and just trying to get it set up when I'm trying to show stuff, and then there's that, whatever. I'm just ranting, probably stalling, so I don't have to eat this. Here it is. So right as I went to take a bite and show you guys, my memory card ran out of space. So I had to mess up my setup all over again just to go through this dang memory card. Anyway, here it is. Yeah. It is rich and sweet. I really don't taste cheese, but yeah, it's definitely rich. It's not the worst. Yeah, I got this on the side. I don't drink ale, I don't drink beer, but this literally says ale brewed with pumpkin. I got this from Trader Joe's as well, on the alcohol part. So I'm about to try this. I don't like I was just saying, I don't like beer, I don't like ale, but I'm open to trying new things. It just tastes like any it tastes like any other beer, ale. They all taste the same. I don't know if there's really a difference, but it tastes like anyone I had. I don't taste pumpkin or anything like that. Maybe if I was like a connoisseur, I'd be able to tell that it has pumpkin in it. okay. You can definitely tell the brown butter sauce is brown butter. But yeah, it's okay. The ravioli itself is okay. All right, this is it. This is dessert. It's an ice cream sandwich, pumpkin pie. I did not read what it said on the box about this, so I'm just gonna go in blind, but I'm assuming it's pumpkin, like, I don't know, the cookie part is like graham cracker or something, or whatever type of crust pumpkin pie is made out of. And I get this is one of the other things that you can get that's not from Trader Joe's, and I didn't get these at Trader Joe's, I got these from Amazon Grocery. I think this is tied with the samosas for the best thing I ate today. It's good. It definitely tastes like pumpkin spice. It's creamy and a good way to end today. So overall, it's been interesting. As someone who's like not a huge pumpkin spice fan, there were some hits and some misses. Like the ice cream sandwich and the samosas were my favorite things today. I think my least favorite thing was probably the biscuit, just because it was way sweeter than I was anticipating. I went into that thinking it was gonna be like a little bit saltier, I guess, but it was just sweeter than I was anticipating. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and happy Halloween.